I'm Rick Little Darling. Come on into the props and trap room. The choice is yours. It's always a challenge whenever you get a new script, especially when you're following such an institution as Saw. And you have this gentleman here who has been built and rebuilt over the many, many years. And he ends up being a real icon for the show, along with the pig head. This is a Don Post pig mask, but it didn't have the hair. There's only two that I could find. They came from Taiwan, and then I had to buy the hair, and well, it's real human hair, but all the hair people really loved how nice and lovely it was. So he matched it as well as he could to the previous Saws, because the last Saw was supposed to be the last Saw. So a lot of the things ended up being sold. Billy was sold on eBay. But we were very fortunate. Our props builder, Jason L., who's absolutely fantastic, was still available to come and recreate some of our classics: the bear trap, the angel trap, the water trap, this little box down here, as well as some other traps that we will have in the upcoming new Saw Legacy. It's a lot to live up to. I mean, you know, you have a history of people being invested in this, who've grown up with this, who've spent their time with it. It's interesting anyway, trying to go back and find all this stuff and recreate it. So, for instance, you'll notice in our first trap room with our players, we start them off in buckets. And they're really feeding buckets for pigs, and ties into our lovely pig theme. And it's not only that, but we also have the collars around them. And then we put the bucket on. You've got all your lovely everything all ready to go. And once you're free, you can take your bucket off because it disconnects from the collar. It's fine for the first hour wearing these, but after, you know, a good extra few pounds of a bucket being on your head and collar and your chain, and it gets a bit much for the actors. So. Yes! Our last trap with Anna and Ryan, our two players that are left, revolves around a shotgun. And we have got John Kramer modifying a trap that he has built for another purpose into a new trap to allow our players to make their choices. So this revolves around, we had a difficult time with this one actually, but we ended up coming up with, when I was talking with one of the executive producers, Peter Block, and myself, we were talking about how do you provide a key that could possibly be used, be flat if it hadn't been blown up, but could possibly be used to open up your locks and free yourselves if you only make the right choices. So what we did was we came up with the idea of putting it into a shotgun shell, and crimping that in a crimping machine, which we have back here, and then having Kramer come over and say, this is the key to your survival. And then he loads the shotgun, right? And then he cocks it back and puts it down for them, and allowing them the choice, saying, the choice is yours. You know, free yourselves. It's up to you. What happens is that she does have it backwards, and it does backfire, and she ends up blowing half her face off and killing herself. Which also, at the same time, ends up destroying the keys to not allow them to escape.
We could have been free, Anna.
Okay, so another one of our traps that I'm very actually proud of and enjoy is our syringe trap. So in this trap, you're asked, how much is a life worth? One of the characters has stolen purses in the past, ended up with only $3.53. So she's the only one of our 4 characters that are left that can decipher the trap. She's hesitant. All the syringes are taken out by another character and injected into her. So we talked about having a fully white solution, and I said, no. Let's do it a different way. Let's get some, keep it clear, keep it milky, sure, but be able to see it. So after this syringe is plunged, we reveal the combination in order for them to escape the room that they're in. For me, in props, this is the enjoyable things, being part of that process with a fantastic, accepting, group of people. It's a wonderful environment to work in.